program. Brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center, providing big city healthcare with a hometown touch. And now, down on the corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday.
Whoop, whoop. I'm ready for
May
today.
17, 2019 at 7 a.m. Good morning, everybody.
I'm ready, and I'm not ready for today.
Graduation.
This is graduation day.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Or for Amanda, being a National Kleenex Day.
Flash flood warning in the bleachers.
No, it is graduation today, 8 o'clock.
Why do people cry at graduations and weddings?
Just excited. Just
Really?
happy tears. They're not sad. Well, it is. It's kind of a sad moment because, you know, she's going to be gone for a while. With college and everything else.
Now I got teary-eyed when David Freese hit that home run in the bottom of the 11th on Game 6.
God, here we go.
But
I knew you had to bring baseball into this. This was a good conversation to ruin it with something like that. And I thought we were actually going to hold a conversation. And you had to go and blow it.
Yeah, people cry at weddings. They cry at graduation. Celebration time, dude, they're moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people have happy tears.
Oh, yeah.
I know not everybody's a bah humbug like you. And
Anyway, good morning, everybody. Excuse me. Welcome down on the corner program brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center. Best care anywhere. The envy of many, many hospitals across the Midwest. Baxter Regional Medical Center's urgent care 24/7 for only $69 from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Get started today. Go to BaxterRegionalCare.com. Go to the App Store. Look for Urgent Care, Baxter Regional Care, and you can get it on Google Play or on the App Store through Apple.
But what's awesome is you can use that 24 hours a day. If it's 3 in the morning and something's going on, and it's not an emergency where you need to call an ambulance, you need anything like that, then you just pick up the phone and call them, and they can call your prescriptions in. They can do everything right there from the phone.
Right there. Baxter Regional Medical Care, Urgent Care 24/7. Also, the Race for the Cure is the 31st of May, coming up at the Raceway in Yellville, Arkansas. And so that supports the Pikes Cancer Support House. So a lot of things going on at Baxter Regional Medical Center. Baxter Regional Medical Center innovations. They try to stay, they're doing such an excellent job of staying on top of things and moving really North Arkansas forward.
Leading the pack.
Leading the pack. They are the envy of many, many hospitals. Baxter Regional Medical Center, and we thank them so much for their sponsorship this morning. I'm enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. Hope you can do the same thing this morning. 3 locations in Mountain Home. We have Bomber Boulevard, which this is going to be one of the last days. They're going to be really busy.
No, they'll still be busy.
You think?
Yeah.
For 2 more weeks? 1 more week?
No, they'll still be busy, period.
This is just a busy spot, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Bomber Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, and of course 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. Brewed Awakening coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. And went and got those cinnamon rolls the other day.
Those are good.
They were good.
Heated it up for just a hint, and then
How long's a hint?
About 10-15 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just enough to get it soft. That's it.
But you know the advantage of being the guy that buys them? You get first choice, the one with the most icing. Cinnamon rolls about that big for a Brewed Awakening. Yeah, I got here, at 6:25 years old. Hey, nobody's running or something.
I ain't complaining.
I ain't complaining.
It was free food for me, and I had plenty of icing, so I was
Gil
good.
can have that one. Bob can have this one. Scooter can have that. I'm taking that one. Anyway, check it out. Brewed Awakening Coffee, best coffee in town. Mike and the staff do a great job serving the community the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. And, of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes around the state, 29 to serve you with one in Memphis, Tennessee. And right here, talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, anybody's there going to be able to help you. And emergency, non-emergency, whatever the situation, talk to Roller Funeral Homes. And what else can I say? With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, right?
You want to know the difference, just go over and talk to one of them. That's it. That's all that's all you got to do, and you'll know the difference.
Yeah.
They have a passion for what they do.
They sure do. I think you have to have a calling for something like that.
You do.
Yeah. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. They bring the morning prayer each and every day. Roller Funeral Homes. And let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, it's time once again for me just to say thank you. Your blessings are so good. I'm grateful for the beauty that's around us, the lakes, rivers, trees, mountains. Lord, we're so blessed. Then we have an outstanding hospital and library, and our schools are excellent. Lord, our police and fire departments are so dedicated. Once again, Lord, thank you. We're blessed, but I pray that we don't take our blessings for granted. That's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring you morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
brace yourself.
Dun, wow. The weather.
Brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. For all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net, the award-winning Z-Team. They need some listings right now, $80,000 to $150,000 homes, and then $151,000 up to $250,000. And 'tis the season when some of the folks that are retiring in May and June, well, why don't we just look at North Arkansas, and they'll be down here. So, do you need to downsize a little bit? Need some property? Talk to Bob and Linda, whether you're in Arkansas or Missouri. They can help you buy, sell, find some property, whatever the need may be. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, for all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. Take a look at the White River.
Clear or foggy? Pretty bright out.
Clear.
You think clear, huh?
I'm going to say clear.
Nope.
Little bit of fog on the river.
Little bit of fog.
Well, I'll be.
I would count that as foggy.
Yep, that's foggy.
And it's surprising because of how bright it is out front of here.
Yeah.
But that river is what causes that. And it makes it look really cool. It gives some nice footage.
Shot. You're looking in from Marion County into Baxter County. And can we go to the winter shot?
Here's the still shot.
This is the still shot here, taken in winter, so we can kind of see exactly what we're looking at. You've got Cotter, Arkansas, kind of in the middle. Mountain Home would be to the upper right horizon, with Missouri in the center horizon, and Bull Shoals, City of Bull Shoals would be to the upper left. 62-412 bridge, there's your live shot right there. That's brought to you by the Z-Team. Now you can go to RetireToArkansas.net and you can look at that live cam any time of day or night. So it's a live cam at 7:07.
You can also see all of Cotter's festivals and stuff that they do down there right from this cam here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Once again, give them a call, 870-405-0793. Right now in Mountain Home, we're at 64 degrees. Flippin's at 61, 66 at Harrison, 61 in Yellville. Salem, Arkansas at 65. Well, Calico Rock, beautiful little Calico Rock at 64. Mountain View, Arkansas, another fine little town here in North Arkansas, 57 degrees. Around the region, St. Louis 64, Poplar Bluff 66, West Plains 65. Branson at 66, and Watford City, North Dakota at 43. That's not too bad.
They cooled back down a little bit, though.
Yeah, we were almost tied with them yesterday, I think, weren't we? Within 1 or 2 degrees. We have a severe weather outlook. This is from Weather Nation. We'll throw this graph up. The green area is just your marginal area, but right now we're in the slight risk. Waco, Shreveport, Dallas, and places like that are in the enhanced area. So we need to kind of be aware of the fact that the weather could kind of get a little bit severe over the weekend. They're saying Saturday, Sunday, Monday be calm day, and then another round on Tuesday. So we do have
We need it to hold off a little bit on Saturday.
Yeah.
We're doing a little graduation party on Saturday, so I'm hoping it's not pouring.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what Weather Nation is saying. But, that, like I say, it may not be in Mountain Home. It could be Conway, Little Rock, place like that. National radar, we got some shower activity in Washington State, Oregon, California, Nevada, Idaho, Montana, into the Dakotas, stretches across Iowa, into northwest Illinois, a little bit in Ohio and Indiana, and then it goes into West Virginia, So that may be that cold front that's starting to sag down that could change our weather coming up here. Little Rock stop, we'll see what we got. Looks pretty good to me.
Yep.
Yep, not bad.
They got the intensity turned up. It's just pulling up some moisture, probably some fog.
Fog and stuff. 62-412 east and west. Looks like it's in good shape. 65 north-south Little Rock, Branson. Highway 67, 167, Batesville, Poplar Bluff. Looks good. Your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 in Arkansas. Not bad at all.
Nope.
You got people traveling?
Yes.
Long distance? Long?
No, not real long. Well, let's see, Atlanta. We've got some coming from Atlanta, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad drive. Caleb used to do that quite a bit, and he can do pretty good coming in from Atlanta. It's not the St. Louis, Missouri radar stop. We've got I-70, Columbia to St. Louis. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. I-70 east from Mississippi River, Vandalia, Effingham, no problems there. East St. Louis, Illinois. I-64 east Mount Vernon, Illinois, looks good. I-55, Sykeston, Cape into St. Louis, no problem. And I-44, Rolla to St. Louis. That's 100 miles there, 103 miles, no problems there. Southwest Missouri. Clear as a bell. I-44, Tulsa, Springfield, Joplin, Kansas City, I-70. Wow. Forecast map, we do have a, what is that? Frost advisory up in northeast, North Dakota, and northwest Minnesota. Can you imagine a freeze advisory? Or a winter storm watch or whatever it may be.
It doesn't surprise me.
They can have it up there. They can have it. There you go. 7-day forecast for us today. Sunny, high of 87 degrees. Tonight, a low of 67 degrees. That gets us through graduation. Now, Saturday, a 50% chance of showers starting in the afternoon. Mostly sunny, then a chance of thunderstorms. I'm guessing that they're talking here probably 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Saturday night, it goes to an 80% chance. Sunday's a 20% chance. High of 81 on Sunday, high of 83 on Saturday. Then Monday's a clear sunny day, high of 79. Then the storm chances come back in on Monday night, 30% chance, low of 67, high of 81 on Tuesday with a 50% chance of showers. Drought monitor updated in Arkansas and Missouri. Of course, when you're still looking at flooded conditions, there's no need to look at a drought monitor. iDrive Arkansas, if you're traveling today for a graduation ceremony throughout the state, be sure to check iDrive Arkansas. You can also check your border states, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee. The only discrepancy I see right here is around Walnut Ridge, where we have a little bit of a bridge issue on Arkansas State Road 168. State of Missouri is a little bit different. You've got some construction areas. You've got some, well, let's see, on I-44, what do we have here? Bridge reconstruction there on I-44. And so other than that, I'm not seeing many issues at all. So be sure to check out iDrive Arkansas and Missouri Department of Transportation. Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Once again, give them a call at 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. One more time, looking at the White River. Now, look, the difference in, 5 minutes now, how much clearer it is near the bridge. Isn't that amazing?
Kind of all moving over a little bit, it looks like.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful shot.
Beautiful.
And for folks that are watching out of state, I know Caleb's probably watching in North Dakota, and I've got some folks watching in the St. Louis area, either side of the river, Missouri and Illinois. Looking to retire and you want to come down here, come on down. Give the Z Team a call, 870-405-0793. Come on down. Love to have you folks.
Good morning, Caleb. Just wanted to say that.
Hi,
I
Caleb.
think he
and you can text me. I turned the phone off so it won't go ding.
He sent me a text when I called him crazy. That he argued that, but he agrees with me. So I'm right. He's crazy.
Pollen count for today, moderate pollen types, pecan, birch, and hickory. Saturday be moderate, Sunday will be none, and Monday will be moderate. And so, anyway.
Yeah, I'm showing trees are moderate right now, and grass is extremely high, almost to the highest rate it can get. So
trees, grass, and weed right now, the trees, So, very good. Thanks once again to Bob and Linda Zadora for bringing you the morning weather, the Z Team, for all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. Community Counter brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Best breakfast, best lunch in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11.
It is steak day. Fridays are steak day. We have our marinated sirloin steak on special. You can cut it with a butter knife. It's nice and tender. Comes with eggs, hash browns, biscuit, and gravy or toast, only for $8.88. And for lunch, we got a hamburger steak supreme. I had to think about that.
Oh, that is so good.
Take a half-pound hamburger patty and smother it with cheese and gravy and peppers and tomatoes, and it's a good meal. It comes with 2 sides of roll of cornbread for $6.88. And don't forget, it's National Kleenex Day for Amanda. Graduation today. So anybody that
now I could have said, "Oh no, it's going to cost me a fortune now."
Yeah. This is where the money starts. Anybody eating at the restaurant today, if you'll pick up a box of Kleenexes, and we're kind of messing with her a little bit. Yeah. And drop off a box of Kleenexes to Amanda. It's actually a funny little thing we got going. So
Anybody do it yet?
I have no clue, but I know she's arguing with me every time. So let's keep it up, especially because today is National Kleenex Day for her. So it needs to get as many Kleenex boxes as possible.
That is so funny. That is so funny. Community calendar brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. The American Legion Post 23 in Cotter will have their junk in the trunk from 8 to 4 on June 8th at Big Spring Park at Cotter. Stuff the trunk with stuff you want to get rid of. I think it's like $20, $25 to park out there and have a little mini garage sale from the trunk of the vehicle. Right?
There you go.
Yep,
That's an awesome thing.
American Legion Baseball Cake Pie Auction Alumni Game Saturday, May 25th. You know, the end of May is coming up quick.
It is. This month has ran
I mean,
so
2
fast.
more weeks of May and we're into June. 2 weeks from tomorrow is June 1st. Wow.
Yep.
American Legion Baseball Cake and Pie Auction Alumni Game Saturday, May 25th, Lester White Field, Cooper Park, 4 o'clock, the McLeod Intra-Squad Game, 6 p.m. Cake and Pie Auction, 7 o'clock Locker Room Alumni Game, rib sales pick up after 3 p.m., 1 rack for $25, 5 for $100. Come enjoy a rib dinner for $15, and that has beans, potato salad, and drinks. Pre-order racks of ribs. Call Lester White at 421-2006, Bobby McCormick, 405-1477, or Frank K. at 404-5462.
And, of course, we got graduation tonight. It will start at 8 o'clock. I would recommend getting there a little bit early. There's
like
only
3.
Yeah, not that early. Seating, I know every year is a little limited, so if you want to seat, make sure you get there early. Also, for those that cannot make it, we will be broadcasting this on Facebook. So it'll be broadcast live. Go to Hometown Television on your Facebook, and you can watch the whole graduation live.
There you go. All right, 7:17. We need to take a break. We got Elesha here with Brian Barnett from Veterans and Seabox. So stick around. We're going to be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the Square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn and Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn and Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Oh, coming up on 7:22, we want to welcome Elesha Granniss, District 3 Veteran Service Officer, and Brian Barnett, Registered Nurse with CBOC. Hey.
Thanks. Hey, good morning.
Glad to be here.
Good to have y'all. Step one, what do we need to discuss? Everybody got plenty of time.
So Brian, he's the clinic manager here at the community. What is it?
Community-based outpatient clinic. So we call it the CBOC, but it stands for Community-Based Outpatient Clinic. So
I have to admit, I've done that 24 hours now after Elesha sent me.
Yeah. We get that question a lot, so it's pretty common.
What on earth is a CBOC?
So really, we'd like to hear a little bit of what's going on with it and all these great updates that you have coming aboard for veterans.
Yeah, so it's been a very exciting 8 to 10 months. Back in October, CAVHS, which is Central Arkansas Veterans Healthcare System.
There you go again with those.
Yeah, we got lots of acronyms. So CAVHS recognized the need. Actually, it took a while to get this in place, but we added a full mental health team at our facility. So now we have an on-site psychiatrist, 2 licensed clinical social workers, a mental health RN case manager, and it's really allowed us to provide better care for our veterans here. We also started an expansion in December of 2018, and that got completed in February. And that basically added a 4th patient-aligned care team, which we refer to as a PACT team. That consists of a nurse practitioner, an RN, an LPN, and a scheduler. And so we got those added in. We've also added a 1,300 square foot physical therapy gym, so we now have physical therapy services on site. And in the next few months, we have a 9-foot by 9-foot audiology booth going on so that we can provide audiology services.
So y'all are moving up in the world.
They are.
We're certainly working hard to try to provide the best care that we can here at the local level.
Okay, let me get off on one of my side rails. We have a full mental health team.
Yes.
Plus the physical therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we can combine the two because sometimes mental health can be a depression issue, an emotional issue based on past experience. But sometimes some of that can be worked out with physical therapy, perhaps.
Right. So what we see a lot of times is pain and depression they correlate. So people who have chronic pain also a lot of times they have depression. It certainly has a mental wear and tear on you as well. And so that's one of the things that she specializes in is offering different services, different therapies to help alleviate pain. So,
Dr. Charles Osgood comes in once a month and we discuss this, and we've got the crisis with the painkillers, opioid crisis. In fact, I don't know if you've seen the report, Channel 11 posted KTHV out of Little Rock. I think it was a week ago today or a week ago Thursday. For the first time in the state's history, according to the Arkansas Crime Lab, overdose deaths in Arkansas have exceeded homicides.
Wow.
That was by KTHV in Little Rock. I thought, oh man, if they're putting that out, that's got to be pretty serious. if you've got pain, like Dr. Osgood says, there's a cause for the pain.
Right.
So I could sit here and take 2 pills now and wait till noon and take 2 more pills. It's covering it up.
Exactly. We're
And we
basically
describe it
masking
like this.
the problem.
If every morning I get out to come to work and I got a flat tire, I can keep airing it up day after day, or I can go down to the tire shop and fix the cause.
Right.
And that's what PT does, physical therapy.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, so it's been a huge transition in the medical community, just changing from, basically prescribing medication to trying to fix the source for it. And now they're doing a lot of injections, they're doing a lot of physical therapy, a lot of acupuncture, chiropractic type care, just alternative methods for pain control to actually, like you said, fix the problem rather than just mask it. So,
But now, what about the trauma of war? There again, Scooter, I'm going to quote MASH, and I remember one episode where they have a soldier in the bed, and he looks right at the priest, and he says, "I killed 2 people. I seen their eyes. I just don't want to kill anymore." So our natural instinct is not to kill, but perhaps there's somebody out there that pulled that trigger.
Right.
That fired that rocket, that fired that
certainly
mortar.
And
So
those veterans,
how do they deal with that?
That is something that our, obviously our TRAF are specifically trained in that, our mental health staff and our primary care staff, because they see it every day as well. There's a lot of moral injuries that go along with war.
Ooh.
And so that's one of those things that they specialize in, how to cope with that when they return home. And that's something as a community too, we can provide a lot of services through our CBOC, but just as a community, we need to surround our veterans and support them because there's a lot of them that have seen and done a lot of things that the rest of us can't imagine. So it's something we're very passionate about, and we want to basically do all that we can to support and provide all the services needed for our veterans. So, and we've been pretty blessed. CAVHS has recognized the need specifically here in Baxter County, and that's part of the reason we've gotten so many services. And so, and our veterans they've been very good to work with. We've been working with the local group, and it's allowed us to, it's basically opened a lot of channels of communication so that we can fix some pretty simple things on our level that makes a big impact for our patients. So we're trying to work together to basically kind of transform the way that we provide care.
So how do you and for some reason the mental health issue is just kind of stuck, kind of midair on me here, but how do you get that veteran to open up, even a Vietnam era?
It's challenging. It's very challenging.
50 years, it could go back as far as 50 years.
Certainly. And there wasn't really mental health services provided when the Vietnam veterans came back.
Especially and the welcome they got.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. So it's we can't force care on people, but we encourage people. That's part of what we do, is part of a primary care team, and they try to assess for that. We ask specific questions every time each veteran comes into our clinic to assess to see if they need mental health care. And then we offer them the opportunity for that referral. Part of what we have going on with our mental health team now is same-day access. So we've got one licensed clinical social worker who his main job is to be available to see every patient that comes in that day that needs to be seen. So that's huge, because mental health, there's a huge shortage of providers nationwide. Typically in the non-VA sector, it can take months to get an appointment. So to have same-day access is, it's basically prevents crisis situations from happening. So when a veteran comes in and we recognize the need for help, we can automatically get him plugged in immediately if he's willing, or he or she is willing. And then from there, what we can do is kind of follow up and prevent a crisis situation from happening. When it hits crisis mode, that's when we have problems, and we're not necessarily equipped to deal with crisis at our clinic. We try to handle them the best we can, but a lot of times when it hits crisis mode, they need inpatient treatment, and so we're not equipped for that. But we try to prevent that from happening.
Let's go back and look at the training that our military gets. Okay. Well, as a civilian, we don't know, but you've served.
Yes.
And you know what it is when that officer says, do this, they mean do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you are trained not to follow orders, but all this training is not just read the book and learn how to do it. It is a mental change.
And I think, too,
and then when they come back, it's like, when we get done here, hey, we just lay back. We're done. But that's not how it is in the military.
But I think the face-to-face that what we have here, so with the CBOC being in Mountain Home where they can go and see their provider, then the mental health, since it switched over in October from the tele where you're looking at a TV screen to actually talking to someone face-to-face, then the partnership with the county service officer, and then the state as well, because a lot of times we'll get veterans coming in filing a claim for instance, I had a guy who served in Vietnam, came in because he was filing he had ischemic heart disease, and he had a triple heart bypass, and that's a presumptive of Agent Orange exposure. So he's, so we're trained to say, okay, well, what are the secondary conditions? There are secondary conditions that you may be experiencing, and so one of the things, like you said, is depression, secondary to a bypass, because they're unable to do the things that they used to like to do. So I was talking to him and I said, have you ever been diagnosed with depression? I said, it's a common secondary condition to chronic pain or to a bypass. And he just sat there for a second, and then he just tears started coming down his face, and he said, I have been dealing with depression, but no one's ever asked me about it like that. And so I was able to talk to him, and I said, hey, you can go to the CBOC and go see your provider, and maybe if they diagnose you with it, if you sound like you probably need a little bit of treatment for that. And then since then, I see him, he'll call me like once a month. I'm doing so much better. I saw my doctor and he put me, and I'm getting treatment and therapy. And he's like, I didn't even realize. So just having that face-to-face with someone, just kind of peeling back that onion, and just them knowing that someone's out there who cares. And I think that's the greatest thing, is this community cares, and we partner together. Like for Brian, if there's something going on, I'll say, hey, Brian, can you help me with this? Or on the other hand, if you see we're all here to help that veteran, whichever it is that they
certainly
need.
And even working with Charlie Leonard, our county veteran service officer, he calls probably once or twice a week, and he'll say, hey, Brian, I've got so-and-so in here, they're having a problem with this, I'm going to send them over to talk with you, and let's see what we can do to help them out. So we work really closely together, basically just trying to provide the best care that we can for our veterans. So it's a
three-way team, that helps.
Certainly, and we've had all these services come in, and it's been great, and I think our veterans are starting to see how much we truly care, and we want to see that that we're able to provide them the best care possible. So,
well, I'm excited about the audiology, because for us, that's our number one claimed condition, and so right now, currently, what happens is if someone needs to have a hearing exam, they go down to Conway and that's the closest one. So for them to have that, be able to have that here, we were talking about taking the van down and doing that, it's nice to have that transportation, but it's so much nicer to be able to go where you live and not have to spend all day.
And honestly, when we've tried to outsource care, the closest in basically Tri-West provider, which was the old service through Veterans Choice, the closest Tri-West audiologist was in Batesville.
Oh, wow. So you're still going.
We couldn't get them very close at all. So that's part of the emphasis on getting audiology in here, is that we'll be able to provide those services in our clinic instead of our veterans having to travel.
Wow. Come up on 7:34. Need to take a quick break. Be right back.
Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being, they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
7:37, continuing our discussion with Elesha Granniss, District 3 Veteran Service Officer and Brian Barnett.
Yes.
I just met him about 30 minutes ago from CBOC. Okay, picking up where we left off, gang.
So the next thing I'll kind of roll into is the Mission Act. So the Mission Act it was signed on June 6, 2018 by President Trump, and it's going to go into effect June 6, 2019. The Mission Act is basically a new program to give basically more options and better access to care for our veterans. So what it's going to essentially do is replace the Veterans Choice Program that they had previously. This is going to be a much better program, truthfully. It's basically going to be based off of drive time and wait time as part of the access standards, as well as what's in the best interest of the patient. And that's for the, in our situation, the CBOC providers can make that statement that for reasons such as like continuity of care. So, for instance, say a patient, one of our veterans is admitted emergently through Baxter Regional. They have a heart cath, they have stents placed, and we basically feel like it would be the best interest of the patient to continue following with that cardiologist. Mm-hmm. So that gives the discretion to the provider at the CBOC to make that statement and set up that care. The other thing is that it's based off of drive time instead of mileage. So it takes into consideration that here in the Ozarks, going 30 miles or 40 miles is a little bit different than being on the interstate and going 40 miles. So what it's essentially going to do is for drive time, it's 30 minutes for primary care, mental health, 60 minutes for specialty care. And then wait time is 20 days for primary care, mental health, or 28 days for specialty care. So that changes everything quite a bit. And the main focus of it is that it's basically from the facility where the service you need is provided. So previously, the Veterans Choice Act was based on your proximity to the nearest CBOC with a full-time MD. This is based off of the service provided. So a lot of our Mountain Home veterans didn't qualify for Veterans Choice because at our CBOC we have a full-time internal medicine MD. So they needed to see an orthopedic doctor who was in Little Rock, and they weren't qualified to get that care locally. This is going to change all of that so that our veterans have access to care here locally in the community. We've been working with Baxter Regional. We know that they're on board. They're going to opt in to be a provider. there is going to be a change in the third-party administrator and how it's conducted some. So Tri-West was involved with that, with Veterans Choice. Optum's Health Solutions is going to be over the Mission Act.
Why? And we bring this up. Why is there so much red tape to being an honorably discharged veteran or a medically discharged veteran? I mean, why the red tape? And how many times did the word Little Rock pop up?
Yeah, there's. I wish I knew the answer to all the red tape because I could fix a lot of problems. But there are so many different processes.
How many people can we? Dan Hall, Bob Zadora, Elesha, Granniss, Charlie Leonard. We can go on and on. These people served.
Certainly.
Why the red tape?
There is a lot of politics, and there's a lot of laws that get passed down that the VA has to go by, that they have to follow, or otherwise they're acting, that Congress and so forth puts into effect that they're required.
Maybe it's time Congress realized they got a job because of the people that served out here.
Amen.
I mean, come on.
And I think that's
and
what
the red
this
tape
is,
gets ridiculous.
And I think that's why this is more. It's getting around that red tape to give more options for the rural communities, and with the former program, that red tape was really, really a hard line, and there was nothing you could do to get around it very often. But this is giving more leeway so that, for instance, we were talking about the urgent care, which is
Certainly.
a great one that they just added to this.
So that's another part of this program. So there's an urgent care benefit. Any veteran who has been seen in a CBOC or a VA hospital within 24 months qualifies for the urgent care benefit, and they can go to any in-network urgent care provider up to 3 times per year and not have a copay. And then after 3 times, it depends on their eligibility status and their priority group to determine whether or not they have a copay for any subsequent visits to the urgent care. But the key part with that is we need to make sure that they realize it has to be an in-network provider for the VA to provide that. Yeah. And they can go to va.gov, and basically it'll list all the local in-network providers that they can go to.
You got a minute for a dumb question?
Certainly.
Okay, you just said that Baxter Regional is looking to be on board with some of this. So now when you said urgent care, I've got the little sign here from Baxter Regional Medical Center, urgent care.
Right.
Okay, let's say that you're on vacation in Nashville, Tennessee, and you need urgent care. Could you go through BRMC's urgent care on the cell phone?
No, you could look up your own. So like if you're in Nashville, you could look it up and say, oh, in Nashville, Med Express on this one,
so
and you can go
through
there.
that way, okay.
Mm-hmm. And potentially, if they opt in, which I would assume that they would, their urgent care, their call-in urgent care could be a part of that program as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that is...
so that'd be a benefit to the veterans here.
Certainly,
Yeah.
certainly. So we're working pretty closely with Baxter Regional. They've been very open, and they want to provide care to our veterans, and they want... So I know that they will be willing to opt into this. They have told us that. And they're working and putting that in place so that they can be providers here local at the community level for us, because we'll be sending. We have roughly
huge.
3,600 veterans enrolled in our CBOC alone.
How many?
3,600. And I know there's over 5,000 in Baxter County.
Right.
So the other thing is, too, is now that we have this option, I would encourage all veterans to try to enroll in the primary care, because we may be able to add options to them. I mean, just the fact that they can get hearing aids here in our clinic versus having to pay out of pocket using Medicare, it's one of those things that I think this program is going to allow us to better serve our veterans. A lot of people didn't enroll in our clinic because they didn't want to have to travel to Little Rock, and that's completely understandable. But this is going to allow us to be able to get their care locally. And so I would encourage all area veterans to come in and give it a shot and see if we can provide any assistance to them. I can't make any guarantees on that, but we'll certainly do everything we can to help them.
And we're having that benefits fair on the 8th of June. It's at the Baxter County Fairgrounds. And so CAVHS, the regional office down in Little Rock, they're coming up for that. So we're doing enrollment. So a veteran can enroll in care at that, the benefits fair. They can go to the county service officer, any county service officer, and enroll with them. And do they enroll at the clinic there? There's paperwork that they give them to enroll. And
so essentially what we can do now, we've kind of streamlined that process. And that's one of the things that working with the local veterans we identified was a big issue, is that there used to be a paper process they would have to go through. Now, they can get online and register for care. And then what we can do is we send an email down to the eligibility office. They respond basically we have a protocol set up to where they respond to us within 30 minutes. And then if they don't, we push it up through the central business office, giving us access to care. So that way, when we have veterans who are traveling and they come through the area, what we can do is if they have medical needs, to get them uploaded into the computer system so that we can see them, we have to get them their eligibility verified. So we've identified that as a huge need. CAVHS was willing to work with us. We've got a protocol in place, and so now we can schedule people not exactly on site, but that day.
What were those initials? See what?
CAVHS.
What's
That's
that?
Central Arkansas Veterans Healthcare System.
Okay.
So they are our parent facility based down in Little Rock, and we're just a branch of them that operates the primary care clinic and mental health and physical therapy and now audiology. So
And when they have, so for that benefits fair, one neat thing that's coming on with that is now they have the capability to get the information for their VA ID cards. So what happens is, even though they're enrolled up here, they have to go down to Little Rock typically to get their picture taken for their ID card so that they have it.
We don't have cameras
their
up here.
But it's a different, but it's a system. It's a specific system that they use.
right.
And
We're actually working right now. It's funny you mentioned that. We're pushing that through to try to be able to provide those ID cards in our clinic as well.
Good.
So it's you know, we're having to basically push a lot of things through. But
Scooter's phone went haywire over here. Excuse us for a minute.
we're basically trying to provide all the services needed for our veterans at the local level versus them having to travel down there for anything. So
well, now can you network with the Central Arkansas? What was that? Central
Veterans Healthcare System.
Yes.
So why can't they network with all of these throughout the state to save that drive to Little Rock?
We do to some degree. I mean, we send people over for audiology and optometry to Branson to a CBOC up there.
Yeah.
And truthfully, that's what we've had to do because there haven't been any in-network audiologists locally. So it's actually closest for our veterans to go to either Conway or Branson. But we try to do that. We've been working with a group called the Veterans Military Coalition of the Ozarks. They're very proactive and they're helping us get some of these services. So they're actually based out of the Fayetteville VA network, and they're helping us implement some things that Fayetteville is doing that CAVHS was not doing, and vice versa. So we're trying to work together to make sure
everybody getting on the same page.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's partnership.
And so that's exactly what we're doing is we're trying to open communication.
And I think that's what's aggravating because how many times have we sat here, Elesha, and it's like, you know, Dan's been talking about where he goes to D.C. in February. So we've been working on this now for 6 years.
Yeah.
Get it together, people. 6 years.
Yeah. So
Agreed.
It's rolling out, and that's with what's going on with this new Mission Act is something that Dan had been lobbying for in D.C.
For how many
actually
years?
that he used Mountain Home was used as the rule template of how this all developed nationwide was based off of the work and effort out of Mountain Home to show this is what's going on with our veterans. We need to fix this, and so it kind of just blossomed from there.
Hold that thought. We got to take a break. 7:48. More with the veterans right after this.
All mowers cut grass, but only a Ferris mower with suspension technology can provide you with increased productivity, quality of cut, durability, and comfort. The caster wheels and cutting deck are connected to the frame beneath the suspension. This lets the deck follow the wheels as they move up and down in relation to the ground contours. Maintaining the distance between the deck and the ground results in a beautiful, consistent cut. Visit your local Ferris dealer to experience the difference suspension makes.
Hi, it's Bob and Linda Zadora. We're the Z team at Century 21 Lemac Realty. We'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. There she is. Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
It's almost 7:51, finishing out the week with our veterans, Elesha and Brian. So, a lot of good information. I have to apologize. I just get a little bit frustrated with Little Rock thinking they're king of the hill. You've got Mountain Home to the north. What about folks in El Dorado, West Memphis, all over, And I feel for some of these guys, well, you've got a 2:15 appointment in Little Rock. They get on the van. Thank goodness for the van. But they get on. Some guys get on there at 5 a.m. or 5:30.
Right.
Right all the way down to Little Rock, sit there and wait until 2:15. The doctor sees them, hey, you're done. Yeah, it's 2:35. You got to wait till they come home.
Right.
Yeah. That's a 12 to 15 hour day for these guys.
And women. I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's necessarily Little Rock in general. I think they're giving the guidelines and the regulations that they have to go by. I've sat with the chief of staffs down there and spoke with them in depthly about this with multiple times, and they agree that the best interest of our veterans is to provide care at the local level.
Amen to that.
They agree with that. The problem is the rules and basically the regulations they were given through Congress basically specifies what they can and can't do and how they can approve things. So it's been a challenge, and the Mission Act is going to greatly transform the way the VA functions and the way that basically we're able to provide care for our veterans here locally. We've been working really hard with Baxter Regional. They've been very receptive. We're opening up communication because channels and working with other CBOCs and other networks, because we realize that I'll be honest with you, the VA has kind of been very shut off, walled off, and wouldn't talk with anybody, wouldn't give out information. It was very black and white. This is the way it is. But we've realized that moving forward, we're going to have strong relationships with our community partners, and basically it's going to allow us to provide better care for our veterans, and it's basically going to just allow us to better serve, and not only in the healthcare that we deliver, but also rallying our communities to support our veterans. So we're kind of looking beyond beyond healthcare. This fall, we're planning on having a Veterans Appreciation kind of banquet there at our clinic. We're going to be looking to community businesses for donations, whatever that may be. If it's a barber shop, potentially they want to donate a haircut that we can actually give away as a door prize. Maybe they want to come set up a chair there and give free haircuts during the event.
Wow, yeah.
We're going to be asking for a lot of different community businesses to come and to make the choice to help us support our veterans. So we've got a lot of things kind of in the works. We're kind of trying to basically. There's a lot of changes right now through the VA, and through especially
for the good.
For the good,
yeah.
For the good,
Yeah.
And especially through our clinic, we're trying to make a big difference and make a better impact on our veterans through their health care, but also helping work strategically with different people to provide them all better services across the board.
In this clinic, I mean, they care. I'm a patient. I'm an active patient there at the clinic, and Brian, he has this open door policy or
Certainly.
open phone policy where
bet.
he is just available and he cares, and then the doctors and the nurses. I mean, it isn't something where 5-10 years ago you would walk into a clinic and you feel like, oh my goodness, they're shunning me, or they're just like looking at me like, really, another person walking in. They want to help. They are there to they honor the sacrifices that veteran made, and they're in the healthcare system, and they health care. And so that's the one thing I really get that impression, is that they care, and that whatever they can do to help, they're there to not make excuses. If there's something that someone has an issue with, or maybe a suggestion to make something better, you know, Brian has been awesome about listening to that and seeing what he can do to implement that. So I applaud you, and I want to tell you thank you so much.
You're very, very
that.
welcome. We're there to provide service and to care for people. And we have a kind of a motto that we use around the clinic. It's called solutionizing. And so we need to find a way to make things happen instead of finding a reason that we can't. So that we try to put that into effect every day. We're ideally, our goal is to be the preferred healthcare clinic for our veterans in North Central Arkansas. So
I think probably one of the most frustrating things that I hear, you know, when we've been doing this now for 11 years, the paperwork. You know, years ago I had when we're still doing radio, a guy came in and talked, and he's from Dolph. He needed a power wheelchair. 5 years he'd been waiting for a power wheelchair. Wherever he's talking, he said, well, I got 25 in stock. Well, I qualify. Why can't I get one? Well, if I give you one, that means I only got 24.
Right.
And this is the, you know, the brick wall.
And so here, I think they are the preferred. So for instance, I'm retired Air Force, so I have TRICARE, and I can see a provider through my TRICARE, and then I'm also, you know, disabled veteran, so I get health care through the VA. And at first, when I moved here, I did all of my health care through TRICARE. And then when this clinic, the new clinic opened up, and it moved over, and I get all of my treatment now through the VA because that's what I prefer. And even being, you know, there's a lot of push right now about women veterans and healthcare for women veterans.
Well, yeah.
And yes, most of the times I walk in and I am the only woman walking in, but they have a women's health provider there, and so for me, that's all of my care now is done through the VA because it is not only wonderful, it's outstanding, and I feel like I am appreciated, and it's more of a genuine care versus just walking into another facility and I'm just another number. So I don't feel that way at all.
Good.
3 minutes.
On the basically talking about the power wheelchair and that sort of thing, that's adding physical therapy to our clinic has completely transformed that as well. Because previously, if a patient needed a walker or crutches or a cane, they had to be assessed by a therapist in Little Rock before they could get it issued because of liability issues. So now we have on stock, we have crutches, we have wheelchairs, we have rolling walkers. We've got all of that. She can actually fit people for a power wheelchair and then have it do the training on site, have it delivered to their home. So there's a lot of different things we're now able to provide that previously.
That is excellent.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Those are the things, and it's taken a long time to get these processes in place to get this here. There's a lot, as you mentioned, a lot of red tape to get these services in our clinic, but Central Arkansas VHS down at Little Rock has made a commitment to provide everything that they can here. And our managing company, STG International, they have provided all the space and are more than willing to make whatever accommodations necessary for it to happen. So we've really been blessed, and now with the Mission Act coming into play, it's really going to transform the way that we are able to function as a whole.
I've seen more red tape through some of this stuff doing radio than you see on a redneck's taillight lens, you know?
Yes, sir.
It looks like this is going to eliminate a lot of this, and this will be.
We have full mental health. Now, I wrote down October 2018 is when. Is this when the full mental health?
When they all joined and came on board. So,
and since then added physical therapy and audiology.
Yep. And so the audiology booth isn't in. It's actually in construction right now, but it should be. Hopefully by fall we'll be up and running.
And they expanded, so they added another patient
care
team. And where they built this clinic, the vision was for it to expand, and so I can just see. I mean, I really see that it's going to be growing and growing, especially with this new program.
Certainly.
Final thoughts, 30 seconds.
I would just encourage everybody who is a veteran in our community to enroll. It's going to be a rough rollout with the Mission Act, as most government changes are. We don't have, there's some uncertainty about how operationally things are going to be conducted, but we know it's coming.
Yep.
We're ready and willing to make whatever changes we need to take care of our veterans locally. So
thanks for being here today. Can we look at the White River real quick? We got about 10 seconds before we start running out of time. No fog.
No
With that, we're
fog.
going to say happy weekend, everybody. See you Monday.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.